Hello everybody, I'm the Hammer for the Hammer Game Channel, and welcome back to Kaiserredux, and to the Dominion of New England, where we are led by Albert I, the foreign monarch. So we do get a little bit of a loss of stability, but it is what it is. So, I can't remember who commented, but they said regardless of which way you go, you do get your freedom. So, coronation in Boston, do we want to do that from under the thumb? I think I'm still going to go down the orders from Ottawa. Saying that that's actually a pretty good national spirit. Elite society. Jot. Yeah, Jot. Let's do loyal to the king. Our state is still far from the perfect dominion it could be, whilst a federal model is almost normal for a dominion. Ours is special in that it is firmly based within a republic spirit. Just after the intervention, several measures were put in place to ensure loyalty of the local administrators. It's time to move on and fully adopt imperial systems. And god dang it, why are the tutorial videos there? We don't need them. I claim to be good enough at this game. So, what I can't really remember what we got up to. Last episode is really just becoming the Dominion of New England. I guess we're probably going to prepare for intervening in the American Civil War. Ireland's joined the Reichspakt. We do have that template set up. That's fine. Since we've got them set up, I kind of want to get some fighters and support equipment. Our industry is rather pathetic, if I'm being completely honest. It is not ideal. I'll research the Matilda. We will hopefully eventually get them out. So, obviously it has been a while since I've recorded. I just want to see what else is actually ongoing. We have the Italian-Austrian War. That's still boiling away. Serbia's fighting Ilria. Canadians apply for West Point. The class of 1942 has just arrived. Numbers are far below expectations. It is necessary for centres to recommend prospective young men. The decrease from 100 new cadets to just 14 has been suggested by fellow Canadian politicians recommend their young men to West Point. We're in dire need of new officers, and yet at the same time, this time-honoured tradition ensures that this institution isn't used by foreign powers such as much less crowns, sorry. I'll take the political power. Right, King Edward VIII was crowned king in the year 1936, yet at the time we had not found our way back to imperial fold. Whilst our admission into the empire's domain did add a title to his long and rightful list, Edward VIII was never crowned as our king. Perhaps it's time to right this wrong. Can we not just crown Albert? Can we not just have Albert on the throne instead? Right, approved artillery 2. I keep forgetting we got 2% recruitable population from pro-imperial propaganda. Let's go ahead and do mobile defense. And we'll go ahead and Construction 3. Industrial company, yes please. Plus 15% research construction speed on civilian and military factories. How strong is the Canadian army at this time? Oh god, they're doing crossing the border. They've got 46 divisions. Yeah, that's somewhat decent. Did you back anybody? No. So what's crossing the border? Unlock stop the southern syndicalists. Coronation in Boston. King Edward VIII arrived in Boston today along with an escort of hundreds of important Canadian and British officials, all to oversee his coronation as King of New England. The region has obviously not had a king in quite some time, and the crown of King Edward will be a stark contrast to the Boston Tea Party over a century and a half ago. As this is an unprecedented event in New England, and local officials are unsure of how to conduct a coronation, the Coronation Committee has stepped in to help plan this magnificent event. For his part, King Edward VIII did not want a lavish ceremony at first, yet his advisors were able to convince him to engage in one due to the morale victory it would give his people and the symbolic justice of it all. As the king was anointed, crowned and enthroned, the empire celebrated the return of New England to its rightful home. New coins and stamps have been minted to further demonstrate the king's ties to New England, and the Governor-General is only one of the several Dominion leaders present to renew their allegiance to the king. It's also one of the first events of the sort to include media coverage, and people all across New England and the wider empire tuned in on their radios or televisions. As the return procession began with thousands returned to Ottawa and elsewhere, it was clear to all observers that this was a new day in New England. Long live the noble king. Actually, maybe we do stay as a dominion this way. Bring our countrymen home. New England is home to splendidly wealthy families who take great care to trace their lines back to England, and many of the most powerful men in America found refuge in the Northeast when the Civil War broke out. Canada will bring them on side and further integrate New England by elevating worthy men to the aristocracy, as it has in Canada. Okay, I think we're probably going to be staying a puppet. Do you know, I've not really done a puppet run where I stay as a puppet. We need more divisions. How are we? We're not doing too badly. Yeah. I just want 6. Actually, I don't even want 6 more. I just want 5 more, so I've got 12 divisions. Yes, please. Why? We still actually have the militia brigades in use. Yeah, let's have our RCMPs. RCMPs, Redcoat Mounted Police, Royal Canadian. Oh, then again, something like that. Joseph P. Kennedy, highly influential New England politician, is one of the first men we have considered for a new royal title. Given the contrast between his power and his insecurities with his Irish heritage, he would be a prime candidate to endear to Canada and the royal cause. For his whole life, Kennedy has been discriminated against for his Irish background, with much of high society failing to accept him, and even snubbing his family. Now would be his chance to leapfrog these socialites and find his way into imperial high society. As a result, his businesses will surely prosper, and his prestige will only continue to grow. However, given his business interests in Hollywood, perhaps he is more interested in American business than he is in Tom business, meaning we would need to put some trust in the man if we are to grant him the title of Viscount. Shall we do it? Yeah, I think we'll do it. We'll make him Viscount. Right, okay. Forceful integration. That's where we just declare war on everybody. Reorient trade. During the 20s and 30s, when the US economy was in chaos, our economy was mostly held up by trade with Canada. However, being cut off from the US did still hurt our economy. But as the saying goes, where one door closes, another door opens. And for us, a door opens to trade with the other dominions. Yes, give me those 25 convoys. That's what I'm here for. Baron Rockefeller. Milton Rockefeller is one of the welfare men in New England, and as such his position merits a royal title. Though he was a poor student in school and is still fairly young, the government in Ottawa believes he would serve the crown well as a baron, due to the influence of his family and his own high discipline, making him a safe choice for such a title. However, we should take care with this appointment. Appointing people merely for their wealth could set as a precedent, and cause the elites we do not like to also demand titles. Since he wishes to personally join the political scene as soon as possible, we could grant him his title as a sort of endorsement, and justify it in that way. What shall we do? Yeah, do you know what? We'll jumpstart his career for him. Earl Nathant. Henry Cabot Lodge Jr. is quite a powerful New England, particularly Massachusetts, being one of the few Republicans with any power in the region. Now New England is a dominion, he is worthy of a title. His birth in Nahant, Massachusetts, a small town, hides the fact that he is head of a family with a long history of positions in government. As such, we believe that he is worthy of the title of Earl of Nahant. Yes. Greece has joined us. Oh, I can't wait to import tea. Bring it on. Oh, the New England Hurricane. Noble integration. The presence of noble families in New England has ensured stability and unity. The Astors, Kennedys, and Vanderbilts have all had significant influence within New England, even before nobles consolidated power. However, New English noble families are not true blood aristocrats at the moment, but there is a solution to the problem of nobility. Marriages between the various exile Windsors and the noble Astors, Kennedys, and Vanderbilts With these marriages, the new English elite is truly noble and worthy by blood the highest positions in society. As well, the various dukes, earls, and other British nobility who lost their lands in the British Revolution have gained a new nobility status within New England. Now New England is truly a noble nation, an elite state of high society. That's Queen Elizabeth, and then President Kennedy. Okay, Canada, what are you up to? Because obviously, whatever you do, you're going to pull me into, so... Damn, maybe I shouldn't have went this route. Doesn't really have anything unique down there, to be fair, except from we just become free. Anyways, import tea. Tea might be the most quintessential, I don't know, a British thing there is. Ever since Canadian invention, the product has become a rather popular commodity. What first began as an upper-class fad has trickled down into the rest of society, and the tea may now be the most popular drink in our populace. Better yet, India, the Imperial Empire, will provide us with however much tea we desire. Hell yeah. Can't go wrong with a cup of tea. Go ahead and get the infantry manufacturer production costs down. Welcome, divisions. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Do you know what? The longer this goes on, the better. Those two aren't actually fighting each other. Interesting. Madras has declared war on the Princely Federation. We now have Stormtrooper blasters. Concentrate industry. So we're going to get -3 consumer goods from this, which is good. Oh, the 5th Zili-Fengshan War and the Matilda has been researched. Go ahead and research the RAM now. And did I just see Anqing has joined? Yes, the Zili clique. We may have the Chinese United Front form. Ah, we get an IEDC investment. Let's do it into civilian factories. 23 now. How are all my neighbours doing in terms of... Ah, yes. much more than me. Gonna be relying on Canada. I just don't want to drag Canada into a war when they do have their homecoming war to deal with as well. That's the only issue I have. We declare war on them. They are... Guardians... Okay. Can't wait until we're actually the 48 colonies. New vision in history. Stability. What a random amount of stability. 13. You're not too bad. Reclamation efforts. I'm going to go ahead and do joint exercise. The New English Army has always stood separate from our Imperial counterparts due to its makeup of various National Guard units, regular Army units, and Canadian reinforcements. Our entry into the Empire must increase cooperation with our Canadian brothers, being ready to defend His Majesty's interests in North America and beyond. Yes, when he drags us all the way to the UK. At least we get Queen Elizabeth as a general when we go to war with Albert here. Oh my days. Is that a plane? It is a single plane. They're in trouble now. How are they all doing for air forces, actually? Right. More than me, of course. We don't even have a navy, so... We do have 169 convoys. Very cheeky. Don't mind me just having some cream soda. We're fast approaching 1939 already. So, guard against the south is definitely a good thing. I want to see what Bring Our Countrymen Home does, so we'll do infiltration tactics. The armies fighting to our south are much larger than ours. No way, you don't say. If we wish to successfully wage war against them, some creativity is needed. Successfully bypassing enemy positions, hitting communications, reading supplies, hitting units from behind, and being everywhere at once, that shall be our way of war. Right, that sounds great and all, but how the hell am I supposed to do that with 11 divisions? Make that 12. Oh, the war in the desert's kicking off. The sublime Ottoman Federation will be on the downfall. It would be cool if I could go to war economy, but... Oh, Armenia has risen up. During attack. Yeah, division organisation recovery rate's good. So who was that? Legislature Groves Jr. Oh. Sorry, did I just see the Istanbul Pact? I did. See what goes on. Oh. Well, unlucky, they just betrayed you. What a terrible shame for the Ottomans. Who knows, maybe if the Ottomans win, this will be one of those random games where they somehow join the Entente. Ah, Patagonian Workers' Front won. Appointing a New England poets. Whatever this is. Position of poets, whatever, has been discussed with state politics for a few years now. The Master of Horror. I think we're going to go with Robert Frost for obvious reasons. And Bulgaria has joined the Bulgarian states. They've joined the Eurasian Bloc. And it looks like Kornilov's sticking around. And Chile's joined the Third Internationale. Who would have seen that coming? Oh, and you're there too. Great. Great. Oh yeah, I forgot Poland formed the Visegrad Bloc. War is still ongoing between Italy and Austria. Let's guard against the south. We are now sufficiently prepared for war. No, we're not. We are in exhausted armies fighting the south, and they have taken off guard in Canada decides... And they would be taken off guard if Canada decides to intervene. Our army is fresh and modern. We're ready to protect our homes. Canada has always planned to strike if the Syndicalists were too strong. Regardless, we must fortify the New England border. In terms of offence, the element of surprise and underestimation of our armies are our strengths. So surely we will funnel men and resources to our border. If the need arises, we will strike and finally take control. Okay, cool. The RNEN. The Royal New English Navy is the newest addition to His Majesty's naval forces. Well, it's not the massive size of the Canadian Army. Well, yep, it's completely non-existent, or even enjoying the geographic advantages of the Australasian one. We too will do our duty. Our Navy shall focus on smaller ships, destroyers and cruisers in an effort to protect pan-imperial trade. Yeah, I guess it's kind of nice, that wee little bonus it gives us for our ships. Oh, Marine Tech, 150. The Royal Marines. 3 naval invasion capacity. I'll take that. An invasion speed. Nice. Any self-respecting Dominion... Oh. Yeah, the Chinese right in front's probably going to... The second Sino-Japanese War. Finds pride in the history of the Royal Marines. Now when the king finds himself so far away from home, he calls upon them once more. Britain must be liberated, and we too must join in that effort. Boston's Royal Marines will serve His Majesty dutifully. And then finally we'll do the American question, which... The question of what to do with our neighbours to the south is a difficult one. We wish to remain as part of an empire, a dominion in fact, but we cannot ignore the wonders and dangers of life that lay to the south. However, if we're committed to intervention, perhaps we could truly create a powerful dominion of New England. Bring our countrymen home. Can we peacefully get some people to join us? Is that potential? I doubt it. So, actually, what kind of else have we got in the tree? We do have this one focus that we can do, give us stability and some legitimacy, but we're not going to be touching any of that. And I don't think we can touch any of this until we've done America's Darkest Hour. Oh, which is that? I was going to say, which one's America's Darkest Hour? Is that locked away? No, it's not locked away. It's just you haven't done it yet, done you fool. Nationalist takeover. Harbouring exiles is a nice wee bit of manpower. New England's foreign policy. Joint coastal, joint Isaac, infrastructure. Oh yes, retake Long Island. Core in New York City. Yeah, we should probably do America's Darkest Hour and potentially do some of this. 2K units of Enfield, Ontario rifles. Behind enemy unlocks... Wait, sorry. Organize defense of New England, or organize, infiltrate, improvise, and sabotage resistance actions. That could be quite fun. You'll be enjoying some chill time right now to just beef up your army, really. Since they're not at war with the American Union State. I'd say the longer this goes on, the better. There's so many blood divisions, like. What is our... We're sitting at 99,000 in the army. I would try and get tanks out, but it's not... We've not got the means. Our production is just pathetic. Now, where's the RAM? Maybe try and get some out, potentially for like a couple of divisions. Right, I wanted to get the American question done, and then we'll go ahead and do America's Darkest Hour. Do we have any tank production? Oh, the Agrarian Revolts. Medium tank. Yeah, we'll go to the medium tank. Soft attack and reliability. It's Civil War time in the Commune. Boss against boss. Right, that's all good. Are we? Yeah, it's still just Dizzy Clique. I don't know why Japan joined in that so early. Doesn't really matter. We are in April, so we are getting closer and closer to the big day. Some nice wee bonuses. -10 on production costs on submarines, destroyers, and escort cruisers. That'll be good when we actually start building ships. Oh, I think the problem was that we didn't have any army experience. I mean, naval experience. No, submarine engine 2, please. Torpedo 2s. At least if I can start building a absolutely abysmal navy, it'll be something. Because what are our neighbours like in terms of naval abilities? You don't have a lot, to be fair. America's still got a decent one. The US. Oh, Armenia's lost. Right, the American question. 70 days to do that. A new vision of history reclamation efforts. They're not terrible, to be fair. It's small wee bonuses. See this forceful integration? So we don't have that right now, do we? No, we don't. So what? Oh, the declaration of the Argentinian Free Territory with Giovanni. I don't think I've seen him pop up before. Yeah, we'll invest 50 political power, I guess. I'll have assistance with the economy, please. You're all exercised. I've got 1 million available. Just short guns. Wow, we'd have one spare support equipment. Up to 32 planes, that's not too bad. I'm just 68 short. 275 days to sort that out, that's not bad. There we have it, our first ship. And you are the perfect guy. Why Stark here twice? Joseph P. Kennedy Jr. Right, we'll try and at least have 24 before we go to war. I don't know what's going to happen. I'd love to intervene in the American Civil War, but I don't know if it'll help Canada take the UK first. It depends on how things proceed. We're going to get called into the Second Weltkrieg regardless of what we want to do. It'll just be the matter of deciding what we want to do. I do want to see how that'll develop, but I want to see what this does. Oh, I can just declare war on specific people. I do prefer that, actually. I do prefer that a lot. Because if we can take them down one at a time rather than actually going to war with all of them. I would like to hit you as soon as possible. The Pacific States, definitely worthwhile striking. So we're not going to go down and do revenge. We'll just bypass that when the time comes. Right, let's go ahead and actually do America's Darkest Hour. With the rest of the United States consumed by war, New England has managed to become a safe harbour in the storm of chaos. Must reassure those in our border that the provisional government is their only hope of freedom and safety. Right, we're up to 27 civvies. 20, 29, 30. 11, 12, 13, 14. That'll do. Because I don't think we'll have much luck against the CSA, number-wise. If we go after specific states, do they have a navy? Yes. Yes, they do. They have a big navy. Obviously, forcing our way through the mountains here will be difficult. But I don't know who else. You might actually be a fair shout to go after. Could land in Florida. I'm not going to rush into it. We don't have the strength right now to do such a thing. Right, we're a little bit short of resources, so I think it's probably high time we imported at least some into the nation. I think we'll probably go ahead and do the infrastructure integration. So in terms of our roads, we're still very much separate from our imperial brethren. The US and Canada were always very serious about the border, and our ports aren't well equipped to handle. And our ports aren't well equipped to handle the new pan-imperial trade. To further the efforts of integration, we must increase our connections with Canada and expand our ports to increase trade with Australasia and the Caribbean. Why is there 6 of them? Fred Trump flees. In a move surprisingly but greatly angering the syndicalists, Fred Trump has fled New York City. Knowing he's possibly only days away from an arrest or worse, Trump gathered his belongings, his new wife Mary, and his mother Elizabeth Christ Trump, and fled the city. It took place during the darker night, presumably with disguise. The syndicalists seem unsure of where they've gone. With all sides strongly suspect he has fled north to New England, where it is assumed they will accept with open arms. Despite these assumptions, though, there is a decision to be made. We should not anger the syndicalists any more than we have to, and since we have intended to remain fairly neutral, the decision in one way or the other could damage our relations with various factions itself. He's a welcome figure. Welcome. I'm not going to turn away a man in need. Yep, division attack. We're going to be aggressive when we end up at war. So... oh, there's the Alsace ultimatum. War has broken out, so it'll only be a matter of time before the French decide to join on in. Yep. Oh, no, they're going to... Why little Liberia? And Denmark's doing their usual shenanigans. Right, we don't need that. We don't need any of that. Don't need any of that. I'm just going to turn them off for the time being. Oh, it's Canada that started the war. Call me in. They don't actually have a lot of divisions, to be honest. Give me another 6 divisions. The fleet expands. What I should probably do is I should just go in here. The Dominion of New England Reserve Fleet. I'm sorry, it's not the Reserve Fleet whatsoever. It's the New England Fleet. A whole 3 submarines. Yep. That was obviously going to happen. On the plus side, though, at least we'll be able to change the war economy. So, an Imperial Economy. The Empire, though weakened, still stretches across much of the civilized world, bringing together a variety of different peoples, cultures, landscapes, resources, and economies. All have their own weaknesses and strengths. Where one falls short, another provides. Thus, the Empire helps each country to specialize, to become the best they can. So, we replace the tea trade with Imperial Economics. Happy days. I guess we'll prepare ourselves for an invasion of the Union of Britain. It will be our first target. So head out to Galway. Holy fudge. My days. Yep, I'll go ahead and... Chechen Republic. Okay. You don't usually go that route. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. Is that because you're a puppet? I don't know. I don't know at all. Oh well, anyways. Propaganda efforts, we don't really need to do that. We're all good. Maybe at war, but it's an offensive... Oh, it's an offensive war. It is an offensive war. Not that I started it, but it is an offensive war. Illyria has rejoined the Austrians. And the Italian Federation joined the Belgrade Pact. Okay. Well, that's fine. Norway's dying as usual. They are the most useless ally you could ask for in the International. Dive bombing. And our brave men are on their way to Ireland. I wonder if the Germans will... Can you send me guns, Germany? Oh, there comes the Russians. 4,000 guns. When the Germans help you out more than the Canadians. I'm not going to bother signing non-aggressions with all of them. Well, things are getting interesting. No, don't sink my boys. Oh god, that moment when the Irish fleet's the one defending yours. Sorry, where are all my allies? Where are their ships? I've lost 18,000 this journey. It was a necessary loss, I guess. I can't risk sending my fleet to death right now, so... Right, I think what we'll probably have to do is we will have to research... Yeah, I was saying that we use Sweden. Reclamation efforts. New vision on history. We done America's Darkest Hour. What we got? New England Navy. Anything of use. Decision to purchase Entente weaponry. Or self-reliance. Liberty Ship Program. Pass the Infrastructure Act. Re-establish a Minutemen. Oh, hello. 3% recruitable population. Don't mind if I do. Governor Long claims to have inherited the legacy of the Minutemen, but we are the true successors to those who stare down the British in the fields of Lexington and Concord, and so shall we again oppose his troops when they come for us. Yeah, okay. Losing 18,000 was not great, but we'll get you. We'll get you. You're not that strong. Well, you do have like a massive army compared to mine, but you're not that strong. Not that strong at all. Anyways, guys, I'm going to leave that episode there, so thank you very, very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will hopefully be back tomorrow for another episode. Until then, do take care. Cheer bye. Then now.